20.1 Predators from the Mutator pack. We've got some pings, my honest thoughts and comparisons, and whether it's a cop or drop. And we're starting right now. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. I'm Silva from Silva Academy, and if this is your first time on the channel and you're looking to improve as a footballer or as a coach with training drills, tutorials, and exercises, or any other football content, subscribe now so you don't miss a future video. So right out of the box, you can tell that Adidas made some huge changes on the Predator boot. I think there are 5 notable changes to the boot compared to the 19.1 model. I would say the spikes, undeniable. You can see them right out of the box. Very reminiscent of the 2014 World Cup release of the Predator Instinct. I had a pair of those. It feels very, very similar to me as far as what the ball feels like on your foot, the dribbling, the passing, the shooting with it. I will say it takes a little bit of break-in time because it is maybe too much of a good thing and there is a lot of grip, so it's something you do need to get used to. The midfoot is quite narrow and then opens back up on the top. So I guess depending on your foot size, you gotta adjust accordingly. But I do like how it hugs your foot in there, gives you a good bit of secure lockdown, but giving you enough freedom to move your toes up front. The heel, thankfully, has been changed. It was probably what put me off the last Predator the most. They've gone away with that plastic caging they had in there, and they've really softened it up on the inside and the outside. So it looks to be a lot more comfortable, which I'm happy about. They've gone away from the prime knit material, and you have this really thin, supple material that gives me more of a speed boot feel than a Predator feel. So I do think it's a touch of modernization for the Predator, which I'm happy about, but I still think they have a lot of old school Predator kind of accents to it. The last notable change would be the sole plate. They've gone with a 2-piece sole plate once again. Again, something that was very common in, the Predator Mania. I think that's when the 2-piece sole plate started coming out in 2002. I'm happy to see that back. It was very comfortable. I did feel the difference in the midfoot with a 2-piece sole plate compared to a 1-piece. I'm very happy with what they've done with the boot. I think they've really gone back to what the Predator really was. Again, I'm not a fan of how the Predator evolved into this very high-tech, modernized boot. I think the Predator always set itself apart by being, that element you never got with other boots, which was that grip element and that power boot feel. It looks like they've gone back to it with a little bit of a couple tweaks and shed off some fat where they could. Very happy to see what they've done with it. Let's see if it lives up to the hype. Definitely a cop. I can't say enough good things about the boot right now. I would say it's the most comfortable Predator I've ever felt outside of the box. Last year's model felt good for being a new cleat right when I did the play test and review. These do feel like they've already been worn a little bit. They're very soft. They give you a good bit of freedom. A lot of freedom in the toe box, which again, I'm a fan of, especially if you're someone who likes to strike the ball. You're a fan of, pinging the ball left and right. They're amazing boots for striking. I would say one thing for sure, the midfoot is snug, just how it looks. It is nice and tight around your midfoot. It is gonna take a little bit of time to break in, but not like last year's boot where I felt pain. I just do feel like my foot would potentially cramp up my first 2 or 3 times wearing them, just because I do have a wider foot. But it doesn't feel restricted. You can tell it's gonna give a little bit the more times I use it. I'm just a fan. There are 3 options of this boot right now. I love the mid cut. From what I understand, the 20.1 low cuts are the exact same boot, just flipped inside out essentially. I do like the sock feature on here. It just does feel like a seamless transition up your ankle, and also just feels like you're a little more secure in your boot. Again, I can't say enough good things about it. I honestly want to put it back on and get back to pinging a few. Give it a test, give it a look. Let me know in the comments below what you think. These are my boots. These are mine, 100%. I will not be putting these down. I'm a big fan of how they feel. So get your own, get them out, represent the Predator brand. I'm a fan of these. Definitely a cop. I'll see you guys in another video.